Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High. I am driving, so you'll hear some noise in the background. Please bear with me. Now, I won't be long on this video, but before I continue, viewer discretion is advised. I will be talking about, I believe, is a touchy topic, right? And that's domestic violence. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because for me, I take it personal because I do have daughters that's in relationship, and I wouldn't like to hear of any situation where my daughter is involved in a domestic violence, because I'm very retaliatory, right? I like to retaliate. What's that word? Retaliate. Retaliate. And I would hope I would never have to be put in that position to do so. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because I've been watching this particular YouTube channel, and I'm going to try to leave the link in the description, where you have, it's like a pandemic, man. They like to talk about pandemic, but it's like a pandemic when it comes to domestic violence towards the beautiful, women of Zion, these beautiful black women. And a lot of these punk ass niggas is out there literally taking their lives. And I'm not talking about just beating them down. I'm talking about murdering them, right? You have these young, beautiful women getting involved with these ex-con, a lot of them was in prison, come out. I'm not judging anybody from prison, because people do change, but I'm saying a lot of these niggas come out of jail, and I call them niggas, and I don't like to use that word, but I'm going to use it in this particular case because a lot of these are niggas that needs to be dealt with. You bring your child in the world, your daughter in the world, for these abusers to come into their lives and destroy their lives and your lives as well, because when they take out one of your daughters, you have to live with that shit. And I'm going to be honest with you, family, ever since I lost my son last year to gun violence, it's like I look at, before in the past, right, when I used to hear about these slave patrol going around gunning down these so-called black men, and in many cases unarmed, I used to feel some type of way, But now, for me, I don't even care no more, because maybe at that moment they was unarmed, And I believe that the Most High is just, sometimes when in a situation such as that, is judgment. And even some people might say, well, if you could talk like that, what about your son? Was that judgment? Maybe it was. Who knows what he does behind closed door? I don't know. But I'm saying, like, you have these punk ass niggas going around murdering these beautiful young ladies and shit before they even hit the age of 20, 30. And a lot of these women are mothers to these assholes, They literally have kids for these men. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I couldn't even contemplate taking the life of one of my child's mother. Think about that shit. They allow, because of them, right? The Most High allowed them to come into my life to give me the opportunity to experience fatherhood, and I'm going to take their lives, And what really bothers me, we have mortal enemies out here. We have real enemies. I'm not talking about the ops in the community, because even that black on black crime, I don't support that shit either, right? But you have mortal enemies. You have people that actually hate us, right? Targeting us, going around by stealth, gunning us down, using blackface, black masks, and hoodies. And instead of them turning the gun on the motherfucking enemy, the real enemy, they're turning it on a woman. Now, I don't know what a woman can say to you as a man, because a real man, right? Now, I've been in a situation, in a relationship, where I've had heated arguments, right? And what I do, I just walk away. When it comes to that point where I feel that it's gotten to the point where I feel like I want to lay hand, I walk away. And I always tell every female that I'm in a relationship with, do not provoke me, because the Bible said, do not provoke a man to wrath. I said, if you ever see me telling you, listen, I'm out, I'm going for a walk, leave me alone. Because we're men, we have emotions, and some of us can control our emotions, some of us can't. And I always tell them, I said, even my wife, I said, listen, if we ever get into an argument and it gets to the point where you see me like walk away, because that's what I do. Every time I'm in an argument and it gets to the point where it's not getting anywhere, she believes in what she believes, and I believe in what I believe in, and I'm like, this shit ain't getting nowhere. You know what I do? I walk away. I think it was only one time she tried to stop me, and I told her, I said, listen, don't do that. And that goes for you females too. If you're in a relationship with someone and you get into an argument, a violent argument, and this man decides he want to leave, do not block him. Do not hold him back, because it's almost like, listen, just don't do it. All right, don't do it, because when you do that, you're poking the bear. You're provoking them. You know what I'm saying, to do some shit. So I would say to y'all, family, that we have to really and truly start addressing this in our community. If you have kids that you are, daughters, whatever, that you suspect, even men too, because men are in domestic violence too. You have some women that's domineering in the relationship. It's not just for it doesn't only go for men. You got women that's domineering in a relationship too, that's abusive in a relationship. So if you know of any females in a relationship and you personally know that this is happening, we need an intervention, because it's getting to the point now, man. Like, I don't know if it's the judgment from the Most High, but there are a lot of females, family, a lot of females losing their lives, man. And I'm gonna try to leave the link, because this channel, man, is very informative. You know what I'm saying? She focused more, and it's a female, a blogger. She focused primarily on domestic violence. And I never knew that there was so many deaths among the black community when it comes to females. In Jamaica, at one point, man, it was 3 things that was off limits, right? Children, women, and elderly. You don't never, that's where the line was drawn at, right? You never cross that line where you're going to abuse a child, a female, or elderly. But now, today, and even in Jamaica, it's an uptick. I mean, like, literally, like, every week they're finding bodies of female, at least 6-7 victims in Jamaica alone. And this is not just in Jamaica, it's nationwide here in the United States of America. It's worldwide. It's like, I don't know what's going on. And it's almost like there's a spell that's cast within the black community for the men to start going after women. Because, without a woman, we can't bring forth life. You know what I'm saying? We cannot reproduce. So, first they target the woman through the womb, right? During conception. Because, they said African American women here in the United States of America die more than white people, white females, right? So they target the baby from the womb with the so-called prenatal care that y'all go for. You know what I'm saying? These pills that they giving y'all that's successful. Y'all gotta watch out for that shit. So they target that. Then they go with the air products that y'all use, the perm that y'all put in your hair. That's causing reproduction issues, cancer, ovarian cancer, and so forth. Then they take the man out of the home, incarcerate us, gun us down. So now y'all left by yourself, and a lot of y'all turning to the same sex. I mean, it's just a lot of things that's going on towards the black community, and that's because we are the chosen people. We are the Most High chosen people, and again, according to Deuteronomy chapter 21, the curse. But, to me, it's deeper than that, right? So we have, family. So we're going to have to literally start investigating, being intrusive into your daughter's lives. You know what I'm saying? And I'm focused primarily on the daughters, because for the most part, men, we can handle ourselves. But for me, to hear of a man literally turning a gun and shooting a woman in her belly while she's pregnant, that nigga, right? I'm telling you, man, that's why I'm gonna be honest with you, family, and I hate to say this. Well, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna take that back. I don't hate to say it. I'm gonna say it. I believe in an eye for an eye, life for a life. I don't believe in the justice system. I do not. You know what I'm saying? Because when these devils are caught, these niggas are caught, they're gonna get 3 meals and a cot somewhere to stay. They're gonna have free boarding and meals to eat. Meanwhile, you're mourning for the rest of your life, missing your daughter, you know what I'm saying, your loved one. So I believe in street justice. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When my son was taken out, you know what I'm saying, it changed my whole perspective on life. I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I don't believe in loving my enemy. That motherfucker that took my son's life, that's my enemy. And I hated him. Past tense, I hated him. You know what I'm saying? Trust me when I tell you. So I believe that we as men in the community, we're going to have to start dealing with these menaces to society in our community, these so-called wannabe gangsters, because, they want to be gangsters, but what is a gangster? Do y'all even know what the definition of a gangster? You know what I mean? You can't be terrorizing your own hood. You can't be selling drugs within your own community. You know what I'm saying? We all we had. And what these wannabe gangsters, wannabe thugs, these gang niggas, right? They go and they come in your community, they sell drugs in your community, they terrorize your community. Your children can't even go to the damn park to play because you have to worry about a stray bullet hitting them. You know what I'm saying? These are niggas that we need to get rid of, one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? And I know the Most High got these slave patrol doing the job, but man, it's not being done fast enough, because now they targeting women. And I do understand, you know, some of these females got some sassy mouth on them, right? They like to challenge male authority, and I don't even use the word authority because it seems kind of like, but you know what I'm saying? They like to challenge you and shit, and they do have some mouth on them. But at the end of the day, all you have to do as a man is just walk away. Like I said, I've been in heated arguments with my past relationship, and all I did, I look at them, I just laugh. I'm like, look at this, you know, look at this beat. The worst I might say to myself, look at this bitch, and I just walk away. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm capable of, and I don't never want that demon or the monster to come out, because you know we are men, and I mean, you know, a lot of times it takes a lot to hold back. But for me, the easiest thing for me to do is just to walk away. And like I always tell them, I said, listen, if we're ever in a situation where we get into a heated argument and you see me start to walk away, allow me to leave, because that's when it's getting to the breaking point. And I never want to put my hands on a woman, because I have daughters. I don't want another nigga putting their hands on my daughter. You know what I mean? But again, family, we need to start like really and truly paying attention to the signs, because a lot of times, and you women that's in these abusive relationships, if the shit happened once, it's gonna happen again. It shouldn't have happened the first time. And I know, yeah, a lot of y'all gonna make excuses and say, well, maybe it's because of me why it happened. No, it's never a reason for the season. All right? And I know a lot of you men out here probably listen to me and shit, probably have laid hands on a woman, right? You need to stop doing it, fam. You need to try to get some help, because I mean, you know, you wouldn't want nobody laying hands on your child, on your daughter, right? So just think about it. But again, hopefully I didn't, you know, trigger anybody with this particular topic. I just felt the need to make this video on this particular topic. And with that, I say shalom.